Hey everybody. So you can see where I am. I am right outside Dunkin' Donuts. This is my favorite Dunkin' Donuts, and I am waiting in the drive-through line because I like to record from somewhere new every time I do one of these. So we're entering into week 10, or at least chapter 10, and chapter 10 is all about how we hear things in the environment. So how we hear things with two ears. So how is it that you can hear somebody behind you? How is it that you can hear somebody to the left or to the right of you? How can you tell whenever somebody is moving around you? That's what this chapter is all about. So it's, in some ways, it's a little bit, in my opinion, it's a little bit less information than chapter 9 and chapter 11, especially chapter 11. Chapter 11 has a lot of content, and so I like this chapter quite a bit. With that said, chapter 11, like I said, is a lot of content, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to record those videos early and make those available to you early, so that way you have a little bit more time than you normally would with these week's chapters. So this week you have the quiz as usual, and you have the discussion. So the discussions that you've done so far for chapter 9, you still have about 24 hours to complete that. That deals with a hearing test, and with the hearing test, basically you're listening for a high-pitched sound. Some people, whenever they take the test, they say that they are hearing the clicks, which is good, but that's not exactly the sound that the video is looking for you to hear. Those clicks are just the onset of the sound, so you know you should be hearing something. And again, it depends on if you're listening to it with headphones. I definitely recommend a good set of headphones if you have them to do that. This week's discussion is also a lot of fun because as a music nerd, I deal a lot with people who say that vinyl, they're like, oh, you got to get the record on vinyl. That's the way to listen to it. But the question I've always grappled with is, does that actually matter? Can you actually tell the difference between a song that is an MP3 or a song that is on vinyl? So looking at sound quality and whether or not that matters. So you'll have a quick test where basically you'll have to decide whether or not what you are listening to is high quality or low quality MP3s. So I find that a lot of fun and very interesting. So those are the discussions. Don't forget, the research paper that's due next week, or not this Saturday. So today is the 23rd, so it won't be due the 30th, but it'll be due in April. I know that sounds like a really long time, but the earlier you can take care of that, the better. I think that's pretty much it. We're kind of in one of those middle weeks, where we are just hanging out between exams. And speaking of exams, I heard back from 3 or 4 people about the final exam, and it seems like the consensus is you do not want that to be cumulative. So I guess our final will not be cumulative. So our final will just be over chapters 12, 13. No, sorry, 13. I can't do math. It is over 15, 14, 13, and 12. So the final 4 chapters. All right, I'm getting pretty close to the drive-through where I'm going to get my favorite thing, which is a large cup of hot coffee with cream and coconut caramel swirl, because that is the new Girl Scout flavor. All right, I'll see you later. See you in the discussion forums. Bye.